Material Components, Season 2, Episode 55, Full House. Greetings and welcome to Material Components, the actual play RPG show all about a galaxy of magic and the adventurers who live there. I am your humble Dragon Master, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, are my stalwart adventurers. Hey adventurers, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yo.
How many yos is it?
Yo. One more, just in case.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody. I am Olivia, and I will be playing Florian of Akalar.
I'm Elliot, and I am playing Shay.
I am Michael, and I am playing Oswald Octavian Theophilus III until further notice.
And I'm Reed, and I'll be playing Amari. Who are you people? What is up?
Sorry. We were talking about 3 Men and a Baby off mic.
Oh, good.
And so, I was looking at Michael quotes from The Good Place and seeing which ones applied to Shay because I was trying to think of a good funny one.
A good
I
Ted
got
Danson
distracted.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'd also recommend Ted Danson from the likes of Cheers, and that one where he plays the new mayor is pretty good.
Yeah, that's just called Mr. Mayor.
Well, there you go.
So you were almost there.
So close.
Speaking of so close, before we begin today's session, I would like to ask the same question I ask every time, and that is, Michael Isman, do you know what happened last time?
We'll see how close my memory is to the reality of last episode. So, basically, we found out that Cromwell Savaro was making a surprise visit to the Storm's Repose. So instead of hiding, which we briefly thought about doing, we're like, I know what we'll do. We're going to take this opportunity to hack into the Typhon, his ship, using metadiving. So once we were in there, a voice whose name was Mara guided us into a metaphoric mountain, which was essentially the Typhon's database. Mara turned out to be Project Chimera. Do you get it? And we decided to kidnap this child of sorts. It's not really a child. She's not really a child.
Can you really kidnap a computer program?
We certainly found a way.
Yes, it's called theft.
Yes, it's technically called theft, and that's a lot closer to what we actually did.
Also, the fact that Discord noise suppressor has been like not catching my laughing is censorship. By the way.
That's okay. So yeah, as we were making our way out, suddenly alarms started going off, and a security system known as the Tahaka Protocol was activated. Longtime fans of the show will know that is a reference to the first campaign. I will go into it no further because I don't want to talk about it. All right.
Yeah. Longtime fans of the show may have noticed a couple of references.
I mean, there was certainly numerous. A lot of snake imagery going on, which was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeopardy's probably the biggest reference used.
I think so.
This entire campaign really revolves around him, honestly.
Yeah, we just don't know it yet. Thanks to leet hacking, gravitational tomfoolery, and rocket boots, we managed to escape, essentially unharmed. Florian was able to calm down Mara before her temper tantrum killed all of us, I'm assuming. And then Mara decided to turn our ship into her digital bedroom, her digital home. Also, fun story, Victoria may have ratted us out and we are probably all doomed. And I think that's really, that's all I remember.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up between all of your escapades in the MetaNet as well as your eventual escape into the reality that is the Storm's Repose and where you find yourselves now, which is your secret base, still within the Storm's Repose, but secluded and sequestered away from prying eyes, prying scans, and those pesky Uber corporations that are just trying to, nip this one in the bud. And by that, I mean murder you all.
Just ruin our days.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to kill us?
Yeah.
Yeah, might have dropped a hint or two about that.
Bad
Oh,
news,
shit.
bud.
Fuck. I should probably pay attention more.
I thought they were
Indeed.
friendly.
Yeah, no, they are not friendly. They are indeed trying to harsh your vibe, as it were,
Yeah.
terminally. And yes, you find yourselves now in the possession of this strange child that now lives in your ship by the name of Mara. She of the titular Project Chimera. Exactly what her deal is, and why it is that AegisTech Solutions would have created her, raised her. You're not, again, there's some big questions that need to be answered where her whole existence is concerned. But that is for you all to discover as you find yourselves breathing easy, at least relatively speaking, knowing that Cromwell Silvaro thinks you are all currently on vacation thanks to some false trail paperwork that you left before sequestering yourselves down here. And that is where we find Oracle Zero now. In tow, you have Kala, your Taro technician from Asclipsis, helping you out on tech support. You have Vesnes Rosek, who scarpered off halfway through the mission last time in order to make contact with her people and inform them of the Typhon's location, whatever that means.
Honestly, best case scenario for us. We're happy
We
that's
never
the
find out.
decision. Yeah, Yeah. Could have been a lot worse, them disappearing during this mission.
Indeed.
So we're picking up like some time after the last events of the previous session.
You are all free of the metanet now, back into what you perceive to be the real world. You are picking up the pieces after a minor glitch in Tux, which may or may not have caused the mech to ambulate of its own
Yes.
volition for a time. But no big damage was done. Thankfully, you were able to stop that in time.
I fixed it super quickly and efficiently, and it did not hurt me in any way to do so.
But yes, a scant few hours have passed as you are recovering, some of you taking power naps, having exhausted yourselves in your adventures within the metanet, and Kala and Vesnes remain nearby, Kala doing some logistical back-end work to oversee the changes that have been made to the Tiresian. She seems to be monitoring whatever it is Mara is doing to the internal systems of the ship, and your pilot companion is also helping her in that task. They're both kind of overseeing whatever's happening via consoles outside of the ship and just making the occasional sounds of, But unless anybody asks them about what's going on, they'll leave it at that.
Whenever Shay is at least mildly appropriately recovered, they will extract themselves from the ship to kind of get the report on that.
Kala would let you know some basic information. Appears to be that all of the systems inside the Tiresian are now one system. Before they were kind of partitioned off into okay, here's communications, here's the drive systems, here are the life support systems, and they can all be controlled via central controls at the bridge of the ship, but they are partitioned into like individual pieces that aren't necessarily all connected via internal workings. But that seems to have changed.
Okay.
So now our ship is run by the Adobe Creative Cloud.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. Awesome. How much is my monthly membership for that?
Yeah.
It's, actually something more along the lines of the Office suite, honestly.
Wow.
That's
So
way too
all
much
of the
money.
now all the logos for all the ship systems look almost exactly the same.
Not as bad as
Great.
the previous iteration was like when they tried to do their Google kind of
Oh,
icon
yeah.
update.
Not that
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad. Okay, cool. At least there's proper
Good to know.
colors.
Every icon is now some variation of the AegisTech Solutions logo. It's very confusing.
It's so confusing. Yeah, it'd be interesting to. I'm not really sure how we would figure it out, but I don't know. See if she's doing it on purpose or if that's just a
Well, she wants to
consequence
learn.
of her existence.
She
Ugh, that's a bad way to put that. She's just a kid. She's also a computer program. It's so weird.
I mean, we're all really we're all guided by our own sort of genetic imprints, I suppose, in some ways or another. It's not too different. It's just one is digital and one isn't. I think. I don't know. At least that's what I've read on the archive. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like a planetologist or something, huh?
I have many interests. I wasn't able to settle on just one.
Gotcha.
Planets follow their own genetic imprints.
Well, no, they follow their own gravitational
Imprints.
forces. Sure, yes.
No,
If you want to think about it that way.
Yeah, rocks don't have genetics, Amari.
Again, I'm
Hey,
talking
some
as Reed
rocks
right
do.
now.
actually.
Yes, and we're
No,
talking
this is
to
all
the
in
strange
character.
man. We're talking to the strange man that's shown up
Reed's
into
just sitting here, just like,
Yeah, I don't know.
say the funny things. Do it. Roll the dice. Go on. Do the thing.
Kala's like, get out of here, Janitor Reed. Get out. Yeah.
Why does he
Oh,
even
sweet,
know
I-
where this place is?
Well, somebody's got to clean it.
only
That's where I sleep,
Janitor
man.
Reed.
And remember,
They didn't give me a room.
Janitor
I'm
Reed,
supposed to be
if you
here.
if you tell anyone about this, we will kill you. Don't even think twice about it.
I can't think twice. It's like I
Oh,
can't
no,
do
this is a
it.
different character. This is a new accent, different character now.
Yeah.
Who's
No,
his-
he's
who's his
scared.
third
he's
person?
scared.
His
No,
his
he's
accent comes
scared,
out when
Reed.
he's scared.
When he gets scared, he turns
Yeah.
southern.
Yeah, just like a little bit. Hey, y'all.
Me too. The fuck.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a prospector. He turns into
Yeah,
just enough
hey.
of a prospector. Hey, what's going on?
Wow, that's some deep lore too, because like that means that wherever he came from, like he was like not super happy with how he sounded and wanted to like be different around other people. But it comes out when he's not really like thinking about it or he's scared.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, what's this janitor Reed? Wow, what's
Does
Delve
Amari
into
have this
his
much
psyche.
depth?
No,
That's what I
no,
want.
definitely not.
next arc. It's all about Janitor Reed.
Okay, all right, great.
Yeah, it'll be a short arc.
Mike, how long were we on this mission?
Less than an hour.
Yeah, so we're still on vacation and can't leave.
yeah.
So, my question to all of you, as you are now experiencing some downtime, you know that when you come back from vacation, quote unquote, the Storm's Repose will have relocated itself to Gobwar, the ogre homeworld.
Mm-hmm.
In that period of time, you have some time to rest, recuperate, some downtime, if you will. Almost literally a vacation. Now, Kala and Vesnes can kind of come and go from this place as they please, within limits, obviously. They try to keep it discreet.
Yeah.
But the four of you and Duma are effectively stuck here for the time being. So, I posit to you all if there are any conversations you wish to have with the NPCs you have available to you, or each other. Now is a good opportunity for that, as we are having a bottle episode.
Hey,
Whoa.
I really want to have a really long conversation with Janitor Reed.
Yeah, me too.
Amari and Janitor Reed.
Unfortunately, he pressed the wrong button in the airlock, and now he's cleaning asteroids.
Oh,
That
Not
was a
again.
short arc. Wow.
too soon.
Not again.
Yeah.
Rip.
Did he learn that he can't hold his breath? He has to exhale all of his breath and just hope that something shows up.
Well,
in
he's
space?
what are they? An Akasi?
Oh, is he?
He's a rock. He's a rock, a stone
Oh,
Akasi.
okay.
So he's fine. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's good. He's just
Very
Oh,
dense.
He's just vibing.
Really strange for an Earth Akasi to be really adamant about the fact that rocks don't have DNA.
Yeah, like odd.
Oh, I was the one who said that rocks didn't
Yeah,
have
no,
DNA.
I'm the one who said that rocks have DNA. So
Oh, so
this
there
all
we go.
circles back. It makes a lot of sense, actually.
Uh-huh.
It does. It makes
Our
more
character
sense.
development skills are just, especially Reed's, are just
Yeah.
incredible. You guys.
Through the roof.
I wouldn't
Through
go that
the
far.
Roof.
Uh,
Passable.
Mm. Mhm.
Not with us, and not a in-person communique, but we do need to let Victoria know that, like,
Well,
we did a bad thing.
Maybe actually that is a conversation that we could all have with each other, because I don't think that
I mean, hypothetically, Cromwell is still on the Typhon, and we should let her know that, like, they're about to be on high fucking alert. Because she's risking her life to keep us.
okay.
Like,
Okay, that I understand. And I'm not, like, this is not me suggesting this because have any frivolous opinion about her life. My thought on everything that just happened is the more plausible deniability she has, the better. Now, we can say that we executed another mission that was a little more high stakes than the one we just did, even. Which I don't think we ever told her about anyway.
Yeah, not really.
Nope.
That we just executed some high stakes missions as with regard to, all of the AegisTech stuff. But
Perhaps while
I
Cromwell
just-
is here, yes, but we should just lay low.
Yeah.
Give her less to worry about.
Why don't we just all take a little staycation? And then when we get to Gobor,
Now,
then we can have that conversation.
I do think
Come on.
that we should check in with her, and that is, not wholly based out of player knowledge. Like, it was definitely a thought I had that when Cromwell leaves, we should check in with her to kind of see
Right.
what happened.
Yes.
yeah. We just did what we did on Teo Shin, which I know we weren't us, but, like, honestly, we can joke about how good that gambit was. It wasn't. It was a bad gambit, and people are gonna figure out that it was us.
No one's gonna
And then
know. No one's ever gonna
immediately
know.
How would they know?
after,
They already want us dead, so I mean,
yeah, it feels a little to not even give her a heads up, to be like, hey, your brother-in-law or whatever is gonna be fucking pissed, so keep your head down, because
Yeah.
we're keeping our head down.
Well, yeah, and I'm not saying to not check in with her. I just want to be clear about what we're gonna say.
Oh, well, I wasn't gonna, like, tell her about Mara.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think just more of a, like, I don't know.
just checking in might not be a bad idea. This is a very tricky time for Victoria. Family has a way of getting in one's head, and they are in a vulnerable state, I'm assuming. So yes, checking in might be a good idea, but being vague is also for even her own protection, I think.
Yeah.
Advised.
I mean, even if we just say, like, hey, keep your head down, Cromwell might be extra agitated because we're assholes who are messing with AegisTech solutions right now.
I mean, Cromwell might be agitated anyways because we are still alive.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a priority we were. We're
It's
in the
hard to
middle
say.
of continuing to kick the hornet's nest over and over and over again.
Yeah, we found a
yes.
hornet's. It's like we found a hornet's nest, and then didn't leave. First of all, and then hit it with a stick, and then said, "Wow, this stick wasn't big or hard enough. We should go find some different, better sticks to hit this hornet's nest with."
It's like we found the original hornet's nest that has spawned all other hornet's nests within the Dragon's Wake galaxy.
Some sort of hornet.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You guys know what hornets are? I thought that was just an Akalar thing. You know, like bigger than a house.
No,
Wait, are
no,
hornets?
generally,
Wait, are hornets real?
yes.
Yeah.
Although the biggest house thing is
hell
that's specifically an Akalar thing, as far as I understand.
I'm sorry, hornets are real?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's insane.
They have like steel appendages. It's a
What?
mess. The whole
You
thing.
guys, you're fucking with me, right?
No.
Wait.
And Florian like pull out a
Steel?
notebook and like tuk, 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 tuk,
They
and there's like a
naturally-
drawing of something that is not a hornet.
That looks like some sort of bladed abomination.
Yeah, and they live in nests.
What did the nests look like? Just out of curiosity.
It's mostly bones of their victims.
No, okay, and
he
see,
says yes, that, but just dead face. It's mostly bones of their victims.
no, okay, see, that's what actually, no, that's less surprising because that is what I heard about hornets looking like they're terrifying. Now, the fact that they actually exist is really fucking me up. But what do you think hornets are?
Well, hornets are insects. They.
on Akalar too.
I don't think that's what that is. I mean, maybe. I don't even know why you call them hornets. I don't see how they're. Do they stick?
But
Do they
it's
have
a horn.
Because of all the horns.
because of all the bone and metal protrusions sticking out of it? I guess.
Yeah,
Hmm.
obviously.
Because they just look like a net made of horns. A horn net.
I mean, that makes more sense than what I refer to as hornets. They're just little insects that are just the worst. But
Okay. Character creation, A+. World building, A+. We got it.
Yeah,
Plot progression, D-.
yeah.
no, that's fair.
Yeah, Amari's
Material
off the side
components.
sipping tea while I'm watching all of you have
Like,
this
what
this
is
conversation. Like, what the fuck is
Tea?
happening?
Where did you get tea from? You don't need tea.
We have a bar
This
in
place
you
has a
tea for?
kitchen.
kitchen. Yeah,
Yeah, we've got plenty of 12 Loco. You don't even need
that's
tea.
yours. I already finished that, and I've got ridiculous heartburn now because of it.
Yes. That's the good shit.
Amari, when you drank it, it was one of those feelings like there's a sharp pain in your side where you think your liver is. You're like, oh, it can't be good that is spiking with pain.
Yeah,
I took a sip and now I have cirrhosis. Like,
I drank the whole thing. It sucked the entire time too.
Ah, the first one always does suck the worst, but they get better after that. They
Mhm.
That your body chemistry is so altered that it's fine.
Exactly.
You establish a symbiotic relationship with your Four Loco.
Yeah, that's part of the marketing as far as I know.
it's parasitic, please.
12 Loco, drink it hard.
Get hard.
You will be unable to put it down.
12 Loco, it's parasitic. You mean probiotic?
No.
No!
I said what I said.
12 Loco,
Anyway.
drink it before it drinks you.
Well, technically, it's nothing but antibiotics. It's just acid.
It's all bad bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
12 logo, the unbiotic.
Yep, there it is.
Pretty sure I
boy.
didn't make that joke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did the
Probably.
antibiotic, but it's still funny.
Still true. Still true.
So yes, the discussion
What?
revolving around whether or not to call Victoria.
I'll cool my heels on that, like contacting her right away. I guess, yeah, it might be best to just, send her something vague and then do an actual check-in once she's settled.
I mean, we can send Vesnes out and have Kala update us once, Cromwell's gone.
That's true. Oh, good idea.
Have a few of those once in a while. Not very often.
Well, we know that Kala is busy with Duma. Perhaps Vesnes wouldn't mind taking a look around and seeing what's going on.
And again, assume that you've got plenty of time to do whatever. So having
I guess that's
conversations
true.
and asking people to go out and do things is totally within the realm of possibility. There's not really a time crunch at this point.
Great.
So
Yeah.
And Mike, you said the goblin home. What is the name of the
Ogre.
planet? The ogre.
God
It's
War.
the ogre homeworld of Gob War. Goblins are actually an extinct species.
That's right. Cole was telling me that over the weekend.
Mhm.
And
He
by
would know. He
extension,
made them
hobgoblins
extinct.
as well.
Yeah, he sure did.
Damn it, Cole!
But we honor them with the
The
Yeah.
thumbs up, yeah.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hob is also the traditional ogrish name for a leader of great standing.
I don't know why, but something about Gob War. I don't know. I'm struggling. There's something important that is going to happen there, and I can't. Now I'm sure it'll come up. I don't know. So what do we? Oh, nope. I lost
So
it.
if you
What are we doing?
are asking Kala or Vesnes to go check up on stuff,
Like just like keep an eye on the vibes. It's like if I'm talking to Vesnes, like it's like a reconnaissance mission.
I see. I will go check the vibe.
I mean, like, how long is Cromwell doing a surprise visit? Like,
I mean,
don't
that's a
know.
thing that we should send someone out to
Yeah.
figure out.
We
Right.
asked last time, and Mike said that it was not 100% clear.
After a couple hours, if you go send Vesnes out to do a little recon, you would quickly discover that Cromwell Savaro left not long after he arrived. He was probably gone before you even finished your meta dive.
Nice. We're just that good.
There appeared to have been some kind of brief meeting between him and the proctor. Then he went and had a few private meetings with other individuals aboard the ship, and then he left.
Ooh, we should find out
Can
who those
we
individuals
figure
were.
out? Yeah, exactly.
Yes. My God.
Vesnes doesn't think she would be able to figure that out because
No, I mean more like Shay or Kala, like hacking into people's private schedules and stuff. Though who knows if it like if it's something illicit, they're not going to be like met with Cromwell Silvaro about this bad shit.
We could ask around. See what people are saying about the visit.
do you want to
Yeah.
return from vacation the same day you left?
Oh, we
Oh,
can do this
probably not.
online.
No.
though.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
Okay.
That
All
would
right.
be.
Who all are you
Rock
asking?
puppets. Was there any sort of like official like beyond the proctor, there was no like we're doing this in because AegisTech solution is like giving money to the Coal Foundation or...
That is precisely what the whole scenario was, is AegisTech Solutions was making a donation to the Coal Foundation, and as such, he was meeting with the Proctor aboard the Storm's Repose, the nearest ship to wherever he was, apparently, and the itinerary that was presented to the rest of the ship was that he was going to meet with the Proctor, do a tour of the ship, be as ship-shape as possible, cross your T's, dot your I's, don't make us look bad when the VIP comes to visit.
And I think we did a pretty good job at that.
As far as you know.
Yeah. Ooh.
Still Project Tamara.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean,
Repurpose.
yeah, we could ask the Proctor, and that's probably a good idea. But guess who has Jeffethy's digits?
Oh, yes.
I mean,
Okay.
all of us.
I mean, technically, yeah,
I
we can all
know.
get a hold
Yeah,
of.
like,
So you want to get a hold of Jeffethy Olympius Marius Harkin the Seventh?
I'm gonna text him, and I'm gonna say, "Oh my
up?
gosh!" I'm gonna send, "Oh my gosh!" 3 exclamation marks. I heard the AegisTech CEO was WUZ here. Can't believe I missed it. 3 exclamation marks. Send.
You get the scene notification, and after a little bit, you see the little dots pop up of Jeff typing something, and then it goes away. And then the dots again, and then it goes away. And then finally a response that just says, "Yeah, wild, right?"
Yeah. Did you get to meet him? And then :0 emoji face.
Basically the same thing. There's a long stretch where the dots are just moving as though something is being composed, and then it stops.
Florian over Shay's shoulder is like, "Damn, Jeffethy, step up your game."
And then
It's
finally
fine.
just a response of, "No," crying face emoji.
Can't tell if he's nervous or just very slow at texting.
It's tough to say because he is an ogre. The
Got them
ability to
Big
use...
hands. Oh,
He also can't use, like,
that.
tech very good.
Yeah,
So
that.
how he's managing to, like, send messages back and forth, you're not 100% sure. You know there's, like, ogre accessible technology out there. But, yeah, exactly how he's composing these, you're not sure. But then he will send a follow-up saying, CMDR Thorn had an extra couple poles up her, and then a starfish emoji.
LOL. That's what I send.
Was she worried about something? Florian is absolutely still just like, I know, chin hands, like reading over Shay's shoulder.
I'll say like, yeah, LOL. Talk about a security nightmare? Question mark.
And he will type back, "We basically had nothing to do. He brought his own security. So instead of doing the whole walk around thing, we just sat around and played cards."
Shay will say, too bad. Buy you around when I get back.
And then there's just like a smiley face with sunglasses emoji. And then there's a long moment where you see him typing more stuff, and then it stops.
Boo. Which is what Shay says. All right, so Proctor it is.
Who is contacting the Proctor?
I'm busy.
I'll do it. Yeah. Oswald's busy, obviously, so I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a quick like email to the proctor. Enjoying vacation so far, you know. Let me know if you need anything, or if anything pops up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to give us plausible deniability for literally everything.
And you will get an email saying, take as much time as you need. Our situation is normal.
Cool. Asked and answered. Great. Awesome. I'm fully ready to sit back and relax for like the week or whatever until we get to Gobor or whatever.
Can I do a little bit of just like regular Googling? Does AegisTech normally, like, do they have a charitable foundation?
Yes, they do. The AegisTech Foundation for Changeling Recovery and Rehabilitation is something that is set up as a distaff branch of AegisTech and is funded by the Silvaro family, among others. It is a charitable organization meant to help those recovering from briefly being changelings. So those who have suffered at the hands of the Fae by being possessed, but then have been released and have had some fallout afterwards.
If there's some sort of like Storm's Repose Reddit forum, or some sort of like internal Storm's Repose next door, I don't know.
Yeah, there is. One of them interviewed
Amari.
Yeah.
I will just make an anonymous account and say like, hey, what's up with the like AegisTech solution funding the Cole Foundation? This isn't like not their normal jam. Anybody know what the deal is with that? And just kind of like put it out into the ether.
And you would get a bunch of responses back, ranging from the Cole Foundation gets money from literally everywhere. That's how they function. To somebody's theorizing that the Empire is trying to expand their reach into organizations that operate outside of their usual zone. So they're attempting influential buy-ins to those organizations via their proxy companies like AegisTech. And it is shouted down by other people who would argue that AegisTech isn't necessarily a proxy company because they do a galaxy-wide service by combating Fae intrusions, and then it devolves into a political argument between those who are pro-Empire and anti-Empire.
Exactly
wow, crazy. It's been
for.
locked down now.
Yeah.
Yep, no more comments. This next door thread has been locked.
Mods are like, fuck.
And your account has been banned.
It's fine. I can make lots of accounts.
Florian's super used to this.
I get banned all the time, and I don't know why.
Just asking the right questions.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems as though the general opinion is that it's not super weird. Like, all of these mega organizations and corporations have tons of quote-unquote charitable giving things. Whether or not they have their own foundation, they never exclusively have their own donation streams.
Mostly just was seeing if I could stir anything like up, like, oh yeah, that is weird. Oh, I heard, somebody I know was involved in this is this. I don't know. Just trying to get some hot goss on the street.
Flooring on the street.
Yeah.
God, Florian voice. Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go, lesbians.
Yeah, nothing of import really crops up. It's mostly, it devolves into political talk and some minor
Yeah.
conspiracy theories.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what other branches of like interest we could follow to get any of this, but
Okay. So, a couple hours turns into a day. Any other conversations you want to have in the immediate aftermath of this? Any other messages you want to send before we start moving into larger dollops of time?
I would like to post a couple of things on the archive. The reason why Oswald has been busy is he's been putting together some articles that he could submit. Obviously, the last thing he tried to submit did not go well, so maybe he's just going to try something a bit more simple and see how that goes. So he's going to start with now the word is not humanitarian crisis. What word did we settle on for a suitable replacement when there is more than just Midrians?
Sapient.
Sapient. So he's going to start with the sapient crisis that's happening on Asclepsis and sort of go into, I don't remember if I did this, but like basically documenting the Cole Foundation's sapient work on that planet and like the kinds of hardships that the former employees of Praxinet and Praxa Pharmaceuticals are now currently facing, and like that kind of stuff. I assume by now there's probably plenty of information on that, but it might be nice to. I think his goal is he has an inside scoop, so it might be a little bit more focused. And the player, will do a better job remembering to do that whenever we have missions, just to.
Sure.
But this is just me remembering to do that. And then I would also like to try and post an article about a newly discovered species called the musker. I don't know if there's any information about that on. Actually, I don't know how much information on Akalar's wildlife there is in general.
Very little.
Very, very little. Yeah.
Little in the way of specificity. There's a general summary of Akalar has big things. Big things eat people. Don't go to Akalar.
Yeah, right. And this adds to that narrative because there's fully images of these things. Not going to include any pictures of people being torn to pieces by these giant fungusy friends, but just sort of those two things are sort of what I'm going to focus on for now. And hopefully, feathers crossed, it goes through this time.
Yeah, they would both go through. Your first article would take a little while, and the second one would go up almost immediately.
Okay. And previously I had contacted Septimus. Have I heard anything back from him yet?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. I guess that's the main things I'm focusing on at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, you would get notifications from editors that your articles have been received, they've been checked over, and that they will be online within 24 hours.
Great. Something.
And when you're doing that, as you're submitting those articles, you would hear a voice in your head saying, "Fascinating."
Can you read my articles?
Well, yes, you submitted them.
Yes. To the archive?
Oh, is that where that goes?
I think so. Yes, that's what it's called, anyways.
Interesting.
Yes. Yes, the muskers were quite fascinating. I don't believe I've seen any sort of organism that has even come close to them. A giant fungal creature of some sort. Very fascinating.
They seem to be some sort of AegisTech byproduct.
Oh, I did have that thought, although I kept that out of the article just to be safe. AegisTech is not quite understood. How familiar are you with AegisTech?
I know about the 3 basic deviations.
Mike, do I know about the 3 basic deviations?
You have no idea what she's talking about.
You wouldn't mind disclosing what you mean by 3 basic deviations, would you?
Well, it's how the AegisTech is classified by experts.
Do tell.
AegisTech is a general term used by sapiens to determine technology that is not created by any sapient species known in the Dragon's Wake galaxy, as well as technology that seems to predate any technological civilization in the Dragon's Wake.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Within those, there are 3 basic categories of AegisTech. Though it is used as a catch-all term, it describes technology from at least 3 different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I could go on if you want me to.
Oh, please do. I would love nothing more.
And yeah, she will just start going on at length about how the 3 basic kinds of AegisTech out there, there's Class A, Class B, and Class F. Class F is most notable for most likely being Fey tech that people have misidentified as AegisTech.
Gotcha.
Class A and B AegisTech are simply differentiated because they are clearly of different makes, but no one can quite, still figure out how they were made or for what purpose or by who in most cases. In some cases, it's very clear why they were made, but just how they were made eludes most people.
There's at least a design similarity, like a right. DNA to it that looks familiar. Yeah, that makes sense.
Most Class A AegisTech is biological in nature. It seems to integrate nature in some way, whether it be modified versions of naturally occurring phenomenon, such as waterfalls that move upward or trees that have root systems that connect between planets, things of that nature. And there is the Class B AegisTech, which is more technological in nature, that seems to be more artificial in nature. It does not utilize any principles of basic natural evolutionary design and instead is purely artifice.
Gotcha.
And the line between those is pretty fine, and there's some debate about whether or not they should even be 2 different classifications, because sometimes one blurs into the other.
Mm-hmm.
But among experts, those are the 2 big categories. And then the 3rd category, which is just, no, that's Fey tech and people are dumb.
Ah, gotcha.
And there is also Cog tech that has been misidentified as AegisTech at times as well.
I'm sure AegisTech is pretty rare. AegisTech in general is pretty rare, but AegisTech has to be.
AegisTech is less rare than AegisTech. AegisTech is pretty all over the place because of that one time they tried to conquer the galaxy.
I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, Mara will continue on talking about the 3 standard deviations plus the 4th misidentification of AegisTech. And it's like listening to a Wikipedia article read out loud.
Great. Oswald is enraptured, I think.
And where are you when this is happening?
I think down in the Oracle Cave. I don't know, just in a corner, just kind of. I don't know if he I can't remember how the interface was that we decided for. Because obviously he uses his spectacles to view the archive. Mm-hmm. Was there a holographic sort of keypad that
Sure. Or you could dictate it. I don't know how Oswald prefers.
Gosh, he would dictate it, wouldn't he? That would make the most sense.
So what everyone else would see is a long time where Oswald's just rambling to himself over in a corner, and then eventually he's just stop and staring into the middle distance as though listening to something that nobody else can hear.
Mm-hmm.
And making active listening sounds.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Oh, I gotta... Let me just... Hold on. Let me just take this down. Yes. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. And
Exactly.
like that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fine.
I mean, you have no idea who he's listening to, but yes.
He's fine.
Sure.
Well, hey, no, actually, I was gonna say something, but I'm not sure if it's true, actually.
I mean, Oswald, you talking to someone or talking to
Oh,
yourself?
yes. I'm talking to Mira.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
You don't know how he's doing that.
Don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, Mara is an entity on a completely different level beyond Amari's understanding. And if he even brings up how are you doing that, he will get trapped in a 45-minute conversation, one that he doesn't want to be a part of.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, time continues on. Your vacation extends. Kala and Vesnis would eventually depart and return at their own leisure. Duma is getting some studying in, it seems like. You constantly catch him reading what appears to be manuals of some kind. And it is sometime on the second day that you feel the ship go into warp. The storms repose. You don't have any windows out of the Oracle Cave. You can't see the emerald nightmare that envelops the storm's repose, but you can all feel it. And Shay especially can feel it. As you are moving, Florian, without even really thinking about it, you find yourself standing right next to the bay doors that lead out into space. And it's only when you blink and suddenly you find yourself standing there, your real hand, not your artificial one, up against the bulkhead of the loading bay, that you like blink and you look and you just find yourself there.
Huh. Do I feel any sort of like compulsion, or is it literally like waking up from like I've been sleepwalking? Or
you know that feeling when you're drifting off to sleep while you're trying to look at your phone or read a book or something, when you suddenly your head snaps up and like the book is on your chest or your phone has slipped off and you don't remember it falling down or doing anything, but you suddenly some time has passed and you're in a different position.
huh. Well, that's probably nothing.
Does anyone else see this happen?
Yeah, like
Yeah, probably.
Florian, you okay?
And you would have just seen Florian kind of wander, not aimlessly, pretty directly towards the bulkhead, kind of hand slowly raised until it's touched against the bulkhead of the ship, and you feel the snapping of your senses when the ship falls out of warp, and that is the moment in which Florian returns to himself.
Yeah, I'm fine. I must have just been lost in thought.
About what exactly?
I don't rightly know.
Okay, then.
It's all just kind of a void. No, it's all. I just, huh? Yeah, I don't know. And I'll just kind of like shake his head and give you a little like shrug of the shoulder and like, what you gonna do? Smile.
Okay then. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Amari we can make heads or tails out of that.
Yeah.
Is there? Is there?
Hey, I don't. So.
Well, Mike, is this like a telltale sign of Call of the Void or whatever?
Yes. There are a few telltale signs of becoming what is referred to as void touched. Ones that, being in the military, you would be told to look out for on longer space journeys. The first one of which is loss of time and loss of, like, control of motor functions, unexplained movement, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Great. Noting that.
Yeah, people generally don't go straight to screaming and trying to claw their own eyes out while making void passages.
That's good.
Cool.
It's a gradual
It's a
process.
slow burn. Yeah. It's a slow scream.
Hey, quick cue for Reed.
Mhm.
Is there, or on behalf of Reed, is there ways to stop that from happening?
Yeah,
That Reed
don't
would
go into
know?
space.
Oh no! Oh,
Go back to
Bob.
Aquilar, the safe
Oh.
place.
Yeah.
Oh, beans.
Yeah.
Perfectly valid solution is don't go into space. Or do go into space, but do it very, very slowly.
Sounds
Okay. On
inconvenient.
that note, yeah. But is there any like known treatment or ways to kind of stifle the internal screaming?
That you
Like
would
if
be
I get
aware
in the-
of?
Like if I get in the navigation chamber with Shay every time, we just squish in there.
It might help. I don't think, would be in a position to be super aware of any preventative treatment that might exist out there that's convenient anyway. What you know is that in the military, there is always a certain percentage of people that wash out because they're driven space mad by void travel. And
Like medically DQ'd.
yeah. And those people are generally, they get the best psychiatric help that the Dominion or the hegemony or whoever can try to provide for them. Because something in space done mucked with their brains.
I think it's fine.
That's
But-
the problem. That's
It is-
the problem.
It is a small enough percentage that the vast majority of the galaxy take it as like an acceptable risk.
Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, hey Florian, when we're done with vacation, just when we're done with everything, have conversation about whatever that was. Make sure, keep an eye on it, because that's kind of funky.
Keep an eye on. Oh, I mean, I get lost in my head all the time. That's
Like all the
you
time.
don't ever just
Any-
you don't ever just like you're thinking about something and then you're like, oh, I don't even remember what I was thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, I do that, but then I don't go from like one place to another place while that's happening.
That's a little weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good talk, Captain.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to be just like, hey, you're
Hey, you're space crazy.
you're going space crazy right now,
Yeah.
because it could be that you were just lost in thought. So it's keep an eye on it, and when it happens again, we're sending
will-
you to the doctor.
We're putting you in a straitjacket.
No,
I will
no,
put a
that's
hand
what
on
I can help
Amari's
you.
shoulder and just be like, next time I am lost in thought, I will come right to you, buddy.
How if you're lost in thought?
Life finds a way. I don't know.
Yeah. Outside, there are several pterodactyls fly by.
Yeah.
You know, it was
beautiful.
first an Avia who said that. I don't know if people know that, but an Avia first said that. Yes, famous scientist.
Yeah, Cole McKeons was his name. But as you are pretty aware now that you are probably somewhere near Gob War at this point, but you are still sequestered away in the Oracle Cave. Any other conversations you want to have with associated NPCs or each other?
I don't remember. Did I have Kala run a full diagnostic on Tux? Is it Kala?
And she seemed very much of the opinion that maybe wait for Shay to do that because one engineer respects another's game. Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't know if they had gone ahead and done it or if I should be asking Shay to do it. Or I can attempt to do it myself.
No. Like, as if you even go near Tux, like with a screwdriver or anything, Shay is like,
I get it.
Down.
But...
Give me the screwdriver, and no one gets hurt.
Shay, running diagnostics and doing any like physical repairs on Tux is a strange experience now. As there was a brief period of time in which you were the mech.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's this odd sensory feedback. It's not quite like touching yourself, but there's a sense that like there's a small, that you're now aware of, very permeable barrier between you and the meat you're currently in and you and the metal that you could be in.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just very much like a deep meditative breathing throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. But there is also an ease to which this comes to now. It feels more natural to work on the systems of this mech and repair it in the same way that one might instinctively know where to scratch their body if they are itchy. You have a more instinctual knowledge of where the weak points are. And there was a moment where it's like, oh, you know exactly where the stress points are in this metal machine because you know where your elbow bends, right? So that means you know where the bend points are and the stress points are in this machine because you were the machine for a brief period of time.
That's so weird.
It's very weird. Wizards be weird, yo.
It's weird. Yeah, wizards are weird.
And that gets you down the brief rabbit hole of, is this what clanned elves feel like all the time with other elves? Do they all know where each other's elbows are at any given point in time? It's a head trip.
Yeah. Ugh.
But there doesn't appear to be any lasting damage to Tux, and no remnants, as far as you can tell, of the Dahaka protocols still in its systems.
Good.
There's clearly more stress being put on the arm that is supporting the vast majority of the weight for the large rotating cannon that was recently added to Tux's arsenal. It seems as though the mech is not calibrated for the weight of that sort of weapon.
Yeah. Gotta get some, I don't know, better structure on this, or
it's not going to be
metal. I don't know.
It's not a problem just yet, but it's definitely one of those things. It's like they specifically calibrate these mechs to hold like very specific weights of guns, and if you deviate from that, it will eventually cause stress lines in the mech. So the gun he's using now is like made for a mech that is like maybe just slightly larger than what Tux is.
Yeah.
Need to get Tux juicing.
Yeah. How like in love with that thing are you?
With
the
Tux
cannon
or the cannon?
No, the cannon.
I don't care about the cannon. The other gun got eaten. So
Yeah, no, I know. I was there for that.
yeah.
Yeah, we just might want to like look into getting a more
Like a replacement.
like a replacement. Yeah.
Great, cool, awesome.
Like it's not a problem now, but just probably would be better to have a.
Is it putting a lot of stress on the shoulder joint?
Not a ton, but enough that it makes me worried about like a long term
We're giving
issue.
the mech arthritis.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
This is like if you started to feel joint pain in your like, oh gods, what is it for you folks? Like, it wouldn't be 5, right? Not 5 years old.
No.
No, be later than that. Anyway, yeah, early arthritis.
Okay. I guess then at some point when we're back from vacation,
Yeah.
I will have to have some sort of conversation with the requisitions officer to attempt some sort of replacement for that, which might be difficult.
Okay.
But yeah.
On your second day, presumably you're on Gob War, or near it, you receive several messages. It seems as though there is some kind of large data dump that happened, and a bunch of messages come in all at once. Maybe you weren't aware of this, but there are, like, comm buoys out in the Dragon's Wake that, like, collect data and transmit it to other locations where ships can kind of download it. You can't just beam transmissions directly to ships, essentially. Unless you're attached to a comm network of some kind. Whatever it was the Storm's Repose was doing in the Noku system, it seemed to have been semi-disconnected from a comms system of some kind. So all of these messages are coming in. Some of them are backdated. Amari, you
I'm sure this will be good.
see that there is a message from Layla Kel Rakasa.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oswald,
Oh no.
you would see
Yeah, exactly.
that there is a message from a Oswald Octavian Theophilus III.
Not official.
Florian, you would receive several messages. One of which is from your uncle leader. Yulin would have sent you a message.
That's what I call him. Mm-hmm.
And Andoni would also have sent you a message. Though it's really more of a series of links. There isn't actually a message, and he's hoping you can
Automatically
forward
delete.
this to Oswald
No.
to post onto the archive.
Not only do
Oh,
I
yes,
not
of course.
automatically delete it, but I absolutely go through and I fact check every single fucking link in
Just fucking
great detail.
redlining
This
the
is
entire
my next
thing.
yeah, this is my next month of staycation.
Yeah, the first article you dip into about how lizard folk are actually a genetic experiment made by the Empire that got out of control, and they started releasing it on worlds that they deemed uncolonizable.
Nope. That's wrong. I don't even have to look it up. I know it's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one don't even make sense.
Yeah.
No, it really doesn't. You'd be vaguely aware of lizard folk just as a general concept. They're one of those species out there that are like just off center of being sapient. They eat enough people that they're like not quite on the like, ooh, we should make them part of our Space Federation's kind of rankings.
Yeah, tricky.
Yeah.
Ethnocentric at best.
Yeah. They're smart enough like orangutans. They're smart enough to use tools at times, but they use them to kill a lot of people. And then eat them. The message you get from Yulin.
Like crows.
Yeah, a little bit like crows.
Murder
If crows-
crows, cool and great.
Well,
Not a murder of murder crows.
murder crows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The message you get from Yulin is more takes you by surprise a little bit because it starts with an apology. But there's also a question about what is it exactly that the Cole Foundation does. There's like a very like tentative, just like, okay, if the place you're working for isn't some corporate slime ball nightmare factory that he believed it to be.
Well, let's not get too hasty.
Sure. But it's just like there's clearly some attempt at mending a fence here.
I don't respond.
Okay. Oswald,
Yeah.
your message from Oswald is informing you that you are now Oswald Octavian Theophilus IV.
No.
All
no.
of your effects and property now belong to Oswald Octavian Theophilus III, as they have always done.
Yes, of course. Continue.
If you are receiving this message, they are letting you know that this is all legally binding. That he has had the lawyers that are retained by Vorpal Corp looking over the proper documentation. That he hopes you find that this finds you well.
I'm sure he does.
And that he hopes you enjoyed your stint in how would he put this? Your hand off the wheel. He hopes you enjoyed that time and used it productively.
I respond, I will believe it when I hear it from Septimus. Love, Oswald Octavian Theophilus III.
So how far away, like,
Not far enough, Reed. Not far enough.
The avia from the lizard people, because it seems like there's gonna be some.
We are,
completely
different. Are you kidding me?
We don't eat our own. We just murder them.
We are probably the most civilized race within Dragonsway Galaxy.
Also, Reed, your Vast Plane has like ritualistic combat games, like all the time, like blood sport. So I don't know, like
that's for sport. That's for fun.
People know what's involved. They know the stakes.
Maybe.
Yeah,
it is for certain, Oswalds. That is my response.
Would also receive a letter, Oswald, from your oldest sister.
Oh.
You know that she goes by the name Walda. And that's how she signs her letter. It is completely bereft of any Octavian or Theophilus's. It is signed Walda, Senior Envoy of Shan Iador.
How do you spell that, Mike?
SHAN'_IADOR.
Sounds like a elven name, is that?
Yeah, which would imply that, like, she is now some kind of ambassador to an elvish nation.
Oh, well, new position. That's lovely.
And the letter reads that she was distressed to hear of your passing, but is very relieved to hear that you're alive again. If there is some manner of contention between you and your technically older brother, though previously was the fourth, and she still refers to him as the fourth.
Yes.
Actually, no, she would refer to him as the fifth.
Oh, whew.
Shit.
No, that's fair.
That you should consider following in her footsteps. It makes life so much easier.
I will respond. Thank you for reaching out. There is, of course, some contention with number 5, as you say, but rest assured, I have it handled. Hope things are well with you. Hope you're enjoying the new position. Yes, let me know if there are any updates. I'll let you know if I post anything really exciting.
She would message you back really quick and say that you should maybe do a quick search of your name on VidPop, which you know is like a video-based, hologram-based social media network.
Oh boy.
And it's there that you find some brief videos from Oswald Octavian Theophilus II, and she is posting that it's so wild that one of her bros died, and now he's back from the dead, and now she's got 2 bros that are fighting over the same bro position. Sucks to be them.
Hashtag bros.
Yeah. Sucks to suck. Hashtag still the second.
Thank you for the heads up. It is noted.
Hashtag Oswald Life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
How many followers?
Several billion.
Nice.
He's not the second for
Again.
nothing.
Number 2,
Influencer.
I shall remind you. Number 2.
Yeah.
Wow. Have any of us actually heard of Oswald Octavian Theophilus I?
Oh, I follow Oswald
this
Octavian
is the
Theophilus II.
Yeah.
This is the second.
Yeah.
It's
No,
sad.
I'm talking about, well, if the second is that popular.
No.
Interesting.
More of a Mycroft Holmes situation. Control from behind the scenes. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
True power.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. Amari,
Mhm.
you have a message from your wife.
Great. Excited.
Matriarch Layla of Vast Plain
Mhm.
is messaging you to inform you that she is happy to hear that you are alive. You would be difficult to replace,
Cool.
and that Jabari, Ram, and Sagira
Sagira.
would appreciate it if you visited. Their 14th birthday is quickly approaching, and almost as like a postscript on this, it doesn't seem to even be like the body of the message. It is that she's being considered for a position as High Matriarch.
Okay. What does that necessarily entail?
She doesn't seem to add any extra implication onto it, which seems really strange to you, because that would mean she would sit on one of the greater councils of the hegemony. A matriarch of Vast Plain is in control of a large family and estate and like big tracts of land. It's like a corporation leader / family leader kind of position. A Grand Matriarch is in charge of several of those and gets a place on one of the larger hegemony councils that sit below the Grand High Matriarch, who is the ruler of Vastplane and the hegemony at large.
Okay. In terms of distance, how far away are we from Vastplane?
Relatively close. I mean, on a galactic level, you're probably, if you consider it like a clock, I guess, the galaxy and its wheel, Vastplane is roughly at 3 o'clock, and Gob War is roughly at like 5. And obviously there's like variance in how close you are to the galactic core. Gob War is a little bit closer. Vastplane's a little bit farther out.
Cool.
But like relatively speaking, as far as galactic distances go, you could be farther.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Yeah, I guess I'll have to respond to this. I should. That's what a good spouse does. Yeah. Gosh, how do I do this? Reed is struggling to write an email because all I do is send emails all day, and they're very corporate speaky. So, you know.
Something you would also know is that a position as a high matriarch would basically make it so she would have to take at least 2 more husbands.
I mean, you gotta.
I mean, culturally, like, that's fine. You know.
So the wording there was very specific. How many husbands does she have?
As far as I know, 1. But time's a cruel, cruel mistress, and
you've been
a bit away for a
long
while.
Time.
And you were briefly dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which would be interesting.
That was for like
why
a
she's
second.
up
Like
for something.
Yeah, he was dead for a second. We don't know how long she's been dating. He's been gone for a while.
that's true. Like, oh, thank God, my husband's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. It's gonna be short too. I'll be home soon. Sent a gift for the kids. Congratulations on your new position. No, no, definitely not. Miss you. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
He just like panic sends, like, oh God.
If I just send it, I don't have to think about it anymore. If I just send it, it's out of my head.
Send it and throw your phone across the room. That's what I do.
And yeah, you send that message off. The idea that Layla would be considered for that position strikes you as somewhat odd, just because like she's wasn't really in a political position to make that kind of power play last you talked to her, but again, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know if this has been brought up, but culturally, you don't get married on Vastplane. You have mates.
Right.
Layla and Amari are married.
Yeah.
So that's weird. So the fact that any of this other stuff is potentially happening is also kind of weird.
And husbands are considered somewhat gaudy in Leon culture. It's like, really? A husband?
You could do so much better.
I think that every day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's just like, how ostentatious do you really need to be? Come on.
In this economy?
Maybe it was a PR stunt. We don't know.
Husbands are for
Nobody knows.
the Grand High Matriarch and her harem, okay?
Come on.
But yeah, so it just reinstates the idea that like you've been gone a long time and you don't really know what kind of moves she's been making in your absence.
Or what moves someone else is using
True.
her for.
Also that. How long do you stay on vacation, Oracle Zero?
Well, how long did it take from the time that the Typhon arrived, and for us to arrive at Gobor?
It's been 2 days.
Probably long enough. There's stuff to do now, you know. Got to check on my room, make sure everything's there.
Yeah. I mean, we do, like, even if it's a little bit strange that we took vacation for 2 turns and then came back, like, you have an appointment, Oswald, so, like, you know.
Oh, right! Yes! Yes. I completely Oh, yes. I have to go. We need to go. I need to make sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't take anything. Not yet.
Sounds fine to me.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, this only just occurred to me because I'm stupid.
Welcome to the club.
But our ship is different now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I don't know how noticeably to, like, the people in the docking station.
It's not physically different, as far as you can tell.
But will it read weird on scanners now?
Yeah.
Assume there would be something in place, you know, just with Faye being the problem that it is.
I mean, we went on vacation, so I don't think we're going to be coming in to the same level of like scrutiny, you know.
No, but if we you know, take the ship out and then bring it back in, they're gonna scan us to, like, you know.
Yes. How do we keep Mara, well,
secret?
Cloaked.
I
safe?
mean, is this something that we can ask Kala about in terms of like what sort of scans they're going to be running, and if we can kind of attempt to do that ourselves to see if we are going to ping as Faye or some other entity aboard the ship?
She would let you know that the basic practice of scanning and basically desanitizing incoming ships is with standard IFF technology, Identify Friend Faye code, that they use to make sure there are no stowaways aboard ship systems. How Mara would react, or how those things would react to Mara, that's a very good question.
It's kind of the only one.
Is there a way we could test that?
Yeah, Mara could run a standard series of scans, and they would immediately reveal that your ship, the Tiresian, looks like it has been possessed by the Fae.
Oh, boy.
It sort of has.
Cool.
Now, okay. No,
Can we come back in just the shuttle?
The ship's gone. Nothing we can do about
We blew it
that.
up.
We
Ooh,
It's vacation. What are you gonna do?
We went to
Say we left it,
Cancun.
man.
Yeah.
What happens in Space Vegas stays in Space Vegas.
I don't know what to tell you.
If Amari's got
You
a
wanna get it-
gambling addiction.
Yeah.
If you want to get it back
Really
from the
serious
cops,
problem.
you
It
can
is.
try.
You know that troll mafia always taking what they want when you make a bet about it.
Yeah.
Mara, quick question.
That's how the
I
kids
said that.
speak.
I don't.
That's how
You're
we speak,
asking this in front of everybody else? To Mara?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Are you familiar with IFF, the IFF systems?
identify Fae or friend systems, standard issue. AegisTech systems, identifying Fae or non-Fae entities aboard ship systems, yes.
Yes. Now, are you aware of perhaps how you might elude such a system? Do you have that capability?
Oh, yes.
Oh, how would you go about doing that?
Like this. And you look around and nothing has changed.
Can we...
I'd do the scan again. Boop, 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 boop.
And in scanning the Tiresian, it comes back normal.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, Mara, you are incredible.
I've been
Oswald,
told that
pass
several
along.
times.
I know, but don't you just like hearing it?
Actually, yeah. That is something. You would all see Oswald talking to himself, and you would not hear Mara's voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
is
yeah.
there...
But
is there...
we know. I mean, I feel like I would have told people that because I mentioned like I had that conversation with Mira last episode
Oh, you did?
about like
Oh, that's true.
how she was going to contact us, and she said, "Oh, I can just talk to Oswald." So
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently, there is some way she is doing that.
And then a way that she's avoiding IFF. So, Mira, where we are going, our base of operations, the Storm's Repose, we would like you to stay hidden from IFF for the time being. Obviously, you can still communicate with me, and if you need anything, please let me know. But yes, just to keep you safe.
I see. And what is it exactly that I'm staying safe from?
Do you remember that big, scary, three-headed dragon monster thing?
Ah, yes, the Dahaka Protocol.
Yes. My best guess is that it would be something similar to that.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Well,
But... Oh, go ahead.
that would be bad.
Yes.
I knew
Yes. But you are very clever, and you're very, very capable, and I believe that you can stay hidden and out of sight. In fact, I don't
True.
believe it.
I can do all of those
know it.
things.
Yes, exactly. So, that is what we will do. We will be back home, and you will stay hidden, but you can still communicate with me whenever you'd like.
I have a further question.
Of course, yes. Love questions.
I am aware of the Storm's Repose. It is the ship that we are currently inside.
Yes.
Its systems are interesting to me.
Do tell.
They are limited from this location, but you're saying we are moving to a more open space, somewhere where I will have direct access with the systems of the Storm's Repose.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
oh, our good girl.
When is Mara just gonna be like, feed me, Oswald, feed me?
Soon.
I do believe she's doing it right now.
Yeah. Shit.
All right. Well, if this is something that you'd like, because far beyond on it for me to limit you to be in any one place. But as I said, be careful and be safe.
I can do both of those things.
Great.
Having access to a broader system will be fascinating.
I imagine it will be less claustrophobic in a metaphoric sense.
Perhaps that phrase does not really apply to me.
Yes, yeah, I suppose that's true.
The systems aboard the Tiresian can be made to appear as big as I wish them to. There's a great deal of extension that is untapped within this ship.
It seems like it. Seems like you're finding all the nooks and crannies.
Oh, yes.
Is there anything that you need that we can do for you in the meantime?
No. Allowing me access to the greater systems of the Storm's Repose would be adequate for the time being. I crave new experiences.
Well, far be it from me to limit you from experiencing those. It's one of my favorite hobbies, in fact, is new experiences. So, yes, that sounds lovely.
Remind her that there might be. I mean, it's not just hiding from IFF, right? Like there.
Yeah, hey, Oswald,
there
what
is
did you
very
just promise
likely
this child.
There are probably forces of AegisTech that are currently searching specifically for her.
Right.
How fast can I whip up the thing that happened with the lifespan where we kind of saw a little holographic projection that allowed us to communicate with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
can we just be doing that with Mira?
Sure, you could be inside the ship and interacting with that holo display, and she would project that image of the small girl with the sundress and the ever-shifting prismatic hair.
Oh, hello. Look at you.
That is what you are currently doing, yes.
Yes.
My observation is not limited from this platform, you understand. I am observing you via the sensors of the ship and onboard camera systems.
Of course, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm providing the illusion of eye contact to make you feel more comfortable.
Much appreciated.
Doing a great job.
So, Mira, the other thing about accessing the Storm's Repose systems is that...
Yes, I cannot wait.
I have a concern. And it is a concern for both your safety and for the folks of the Storm's Repose. I'm not sure how to go about explaining this, and I'm not sure how much of it you're aware of, but when you gained access to the Tiresian, and I kind of explained to her what Kala explained to me about the kind of using of the systems, and just the changes apparent now in the systems of the Tiresian, and my concerns that would happen aboard the Storm's Repose, and, you know, this concern with her keeping a low profile, and, you know, I'm worried that someone may try to send some other kind of, not IFF, but some other kind of, you know, eradication program.
It wouldn't be her that they would detect, but her work on, like, her traces on the ship that they would detect. Yeah.
But I made the system more efficient.
Okay. Well, hey, it's good to know that that's what happened, and it is appreciated. I mean, hey, better ship. But in the future, it's not something that you do without permission, if that makes sense. Again, we're not mad. You're not in trouble.
Whose permission?
It's good that we're... Well, in the case of the Tiresian, again, totally fine. You're not in trouble. Nobody's mad. But the permission you would maybe have asked Duma or myself, since we are the main, or even Kala too,
like operators
of the ship.
Whose permission would I need to modify the systems of the Storm's Repose?
See, it would be a lot more people, and they would all have to agree on giving that permission. It's a much grander scale, and it might be something that we talk about making happen in the future, but for right now, it's not something we would want you to do because of that, you know, permission thing.
May I have a list of people whose permission I must acquire?
Perhaps at a later time.
Why?
Because I mean, for one thing, I don't have them all on me. It would be probably a pretty big list.
A lot of people, yes.
Yeah.
Who would have this list? I will talk to them.
Well, we will have to compile a list, I think, is really what.
And again, we are trying to keep a low profile with you here.
Low profile, yes. I currently look as though I am projecting the image I see of myself within the metanet.
Mm-hmm.
This seems counterintuitive to a low profile. I should maintain using the back door into Oswald's consciousness in order to communicate if this is our goal.
Okay. I mean, that's a good point.
I am simply trying to find logical consistency in what you are asking me.
And the problem is that folks don't always have logical consistencies. Sorry.
And this is how we now have the computer program thinks that all normal life needs to be eradicated because they're fallible.
No, we have to teach her to love before that happens.
I know, yeah.
Or we have to challenge her to a tic-tac-toe game.
Wait, I thought it was nuclear warfare. The only winning move is not to play.
Exactly, yeah.
The closest way I can explain folks, as Florian so beautifully put it, and I'm not being facetious. I promise.
They are.
I'm not, I promise. Is that you're familiar with if-then commands, yes?
Yes, standard operating protocols.
Right. So, in this specific instance, the kind of if-then is it's safer for Oswald to communicate with you through whatever backdoor he has in his brain, which, again, we can't even get into that, but...
Spectacles.
It's easier for all
the
of us to
neurological
talk to you.
interface that was installed into his cerebrum, yes.
Okay, great. But it's easier for all of us to have a conversation and kind of get all of our opinions in and talk to you if we're doing this. So it might not be safer, but it is simpler. Now, that's pretty simple. A pretty simple example. But folks have a lot of if-then commands that frankly are changing all the time. And I agree, it's not very efficient, but that's how life is. The brain is a very complicated machine.
I'm aware of this fact. Hector once said, life is messy.
Very messy.
And that it is okay if I am messy too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not right now.
Just like Shay said, there are some people that we'd probably need to get permission from before you go changing things. And if that's something that you want, we can look into it, but it might be best if we handle it. Especially right now when AegisTech is on high alert and probably
high alert. AegisTech Solutions would be at some sort of high alert level due to my escape. My departure is causing more harm to myself.
Complicated.
This is distressing. What would they do to me if they found me?
Well, I mean, it's safe to assume they would probably double the security protocols.
After they took you back.
Yeah.
I see.
Hector sounds like a nice person, but even
Hector is a very nice person.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Hector reports to other people, and those other people tell Hector what to do in certain instances.
And
These other people are AegisTech Solutions employees, and they are the ones who wish Mara, go back. And there's like this stuttering in the hologram.
Mara?
And the stutter will snap and she'll look up to you, big, bright, cheerful eyes, big smile with the dimples. I'll remain hidden for the time being.
Oh, okay. Are you all right?
I think it is best if I do not leave the systems of the Tiresian.
Do you need someone to come in and sit with you, or?
No.
Okay. Because
sitting is a position relocated to those with physical bodies.
Right, but I guess what I mean is, do you need some company while you process this?
Oh, I do not think any of your presences would improve my processing speed, no.
It's like, I want to ask her, just like, do you understand, like, emotions?
I was actually just about to, in character, say, well, sometimes, I mean, you're starting to feel things. You mentioned it before.
Oh, yes.
And sometimes when you're just learning how to feel things, it can help if someone's, there to talk to about them.
Huh. This would explain Hector's pattern of behavior of talking to me as I learned.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. He was aware of this and did not inform me. This is slightly upsetting, but I suppose he was doing it due to a second nature biological response that you appear to already be aware of. Actions without explanation. Instinct. Fascinating.
Yep.
I would humbly request the presence of someone while I am processing. It will not enhance the speed at which I process, but perhaps it is what is best.
Usually is.
Do you have a preference?
Oh. No.
Well,
You don't have to. I'm just
no.
asking you if you don't have to have a
Hey,
preference yet.
Mira,
who do you love
like
most?
best?
Who do you love
now
more?
this sounds like family. This makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
Oh no, you guys were like the 4 worst people to be your family.
Florian, you have experience sitting and with Mira. Perhaps you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Shay, it was your suggestion. You want to come with?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could be up for another dive.
It's possible to do this with multiple people.
This is also true.
Oh, I did not realize.
It
Yeah.
can be.
Yeah, Florian, let's hop in there. I'd love to get to look at the ship from the inside. I don't think I've ever done that.
You are inside the ship right now.
Oh, inside the systems. Sorry.
Ah,
Especially now that they're all high efficiency, you said? Different?
I can show you my room.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
It's just like the rave scene from the opening of Blade in there. It's just absolutely bonkers. Blood rain and all.
Yes.
I
Yes.
am imagining it a lot like a weird snake version of Antonio's room from Encanto.
I mean, I described it last time. It is a magical garden, the fine details of which are snake-oriented if you get too close and, like, really look at the details of it.
There's snake trees, sneeze, if you
Sneeze.
would.
Like you would.
Sneeze, snass, snowers,
Snushes,
snushes,
snowers. Oh, you already said snowers.
a snai.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is a snush? What is that supposed to mean? And then I got it. Okay. Snubs.
Snopiary?
A snedge maze.
Okay, we've gone too far.
Yeah.
To snar.
As the two of you meta dive into the Tiresian systems, you find yourself in that same place. Mara is there to greet you you emerge from this kind of gateway of overgrown shrubs and find yourself in this vast magical garden that represent the interior workings of the Tiresian Mark Mara. Like, they probably did not look like this before she got here. And she sits in utter stillness and silence with the two of you present. It is somewhat disquieting. There is a new feature to this place that Florian would pick out, and that is at the edge of the pool at the center of this place. Because there's a pool, and at its center is this large willow tree that upon close inspection is made of snakes. But at the edge of the pool is what appears to be a small, like, bird bath. It is made of polished bronze with these black marbled veins running through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you glance into the water of the bird bath, you see just the perception of somebody a little over 3 feet tall, scurrying about inside the Tiresian. Occasionally a can of 12 Loco is lifted up into the field of vision and tilted backwards.
Offering,
Nice, a little-
You see the hand offering to Amari, shaking it.
A little
Don't
Oswald's
take it.
crying pool. Love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see that the grass around this little pool is not dead, because that implies that it's not there and that there's just like earth left, but it's definitely a different color. And the black veins that are like running through the metal of the bird bath seem to like leach out into the ground around it.
Mm,
Is
that's probably fine.
is that normal?
I assume so.
Well, if you're not worried
Huh.
about it.
Yeah.
I've contained any breach attempts that have occurred.
There you go.
Huh.
And Shay will kind of like lay down. Is Mira standing or sitting?
Mira kind of like looks to you because you're the biologicals who are suggesting this sort of activity.
We need
Yeah.
some beanbag chairs in here.
Oh, Shay was just gonna sprawl out on the snake grass,
Oh yeah. The snass.
the snass, if you will,
If you
and look up at the snouts. I'm guessing they're all
clouds
shaped like snakes.
are just clouds. In fact, there are no real clouds. When you look up at the sky, it appears to be a strange recreation of the sky you saw in the MetaNet. Bands of purple and blue
Yeah.
and yellows.
It's still cool to look at.
Absolutely. And Mara will watch you do this, and then she will like replicate your position perfectly, like limbs in the exact same position.
Yeah, just like folded over my chest.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Florian, you watch as Mira like will occasionally glance over and like copy and like shift a limb so it's in the same position as Shay's.
I will sit just like crisscross applesauce next to the two of them.
And she will like look over to you and then sit up and
Cause
tries to
some
replicate it.
confusion. Yep. You don't have to. It's
Hey, she's it's good to experience new positions in which to sit or stand or lie down. Figure
It's
out which
true.
one you like.
Ah, personal preference, I see.
And these aren't even all of them. And Shay starts like like posing.
Doing some yoga.
Yeah,
Just
doing
like-
a little bit of yoga. Like we'll flip over on the tum and do the chin hands.
And Mara will consider it for a long moment. And then she will slowly rise up off of the ground, her like bare feet kind of dangling beneath her, and her dress will flutter in a wind that isn't there. Her head will sort of raise and she'll stare up into the middle distance of the sky, and her hands, palms up, will extend out to either side of her waist, and she'll just be hovering in this pose that she apparently finds the most comfortable.
so
Unconventional,
Mira,
but
that's great.
cool
I love
as
it.
hell.
For our hangs, that is the perfect position because like anything that's comfortable. You know what? Never mind. We'll cover
Yeah.
that later.
Yeah. No. Hey, Florian, we're taking it slow. This rules.
I'm just waiting for like, hey, Proctor Frost, we have a new child with us and she has a question to ask. I would like access to your systems, just like hovering in the air like a fucking ghost.
No, we'll get to comfort versus
Yeah.
politeness
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Oh. Whew.
As you chill inside your ship's systems, outside, Oswald, you consider the many messages from your family and the strange silence of your father in all of this. The lack of his adjusting of the standings in any official capacity, even at the passage of your death, that seems weird to you.
That is strange. Because when at the time, number 2 passed away,
Mm-hmm.
They were immediately brought down to, well, ceremoniously number 5, I suppose.
Right. Posthumous number 5.
Right. Interesting.
Are you sure you don't want to come be part of our
I have to go make sure that my stuff is still here. I don't. How long have we been at this planet? Like, all of my stuff could be gone. It's taken me ages to collect all those things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll go with you if you want.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind, that would be
Sure.
nice. You know.
Sign off on the transfer. Yeah.
No, don't do that. But, you know, just like, Amari, give me your best, like, tough guy look. You know, like, don't fuck
okay.
with me.
Yeah,
I thought
go
you were
get in the
gonna
Mac.
say. I thought you were gonna say, Amari,
That-
give
that's-
me your gun.
Amari,
the Mac.
give me your gun.
Give me
No,
Tux.
no, we're not allowed to kill each other.
No.
That doesn't really that doesn't change the rankings in the way you'd like.
That's good at least, I guess.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
rankings do discourage outright murder, yes.
Much like life insurance policies in that way.
There's a strange amount of similarities, yes. But yes, okay. Tough guy. Yes, I mean Tux, I suppose, is a good one, but you know, for like walking through, you can't take Tux through the hallway, right?
No.
That's,
no.
no. So just without the suit, give me your best tough, don't mess with me look.
I mean, usually you wear pants. It's usually a good one.
I mean, you're wearing pants, so that's a great step.
I've got it down.
Oh, are you trying to teach me how to do it?
Yeah.
See, I was thinking you could look tough, and I could just,
then I'll
be
just
lovable old me,
Yeah,
But,
I'll stick one of my canines out or whatever,
Okay.
and close one eye like it's, missing or whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
Sure.
Amari?
You cross your.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
You receive a message on your personal data pad.
Oh shit.
It is from Mr. Zinn.
Oh, okay. I'm not worried about that then. Okay, let me. I'll read it.
It has been roughly 2 days since you sent the last message saying, if you don't hear from us in 2 days.
Yeah, we're good. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Yeah. Oh, text back. Oh, yep, we're okay. Keeping a super low profile.
He responds, stay where you are. I'll be there soon.
Whoops.
Your positions have been compromised.
Okay.
What exactly he means by that, and precisely what has compromised your positions, I think we will have to leave until next time. But one last thing you do find as you are preparing to re-engage with life out in the Storm's Repose is a message from Kala saying that Operations Director Silvaro resigned a day ago. But what exactly that means, we will find out next time. Because as always, you can find us online at MatcomRPG on Twitter and Instagram. You can also email us at materialcomponentsrpg@gmail.com. We always love hearing from all of our listeners.
You can find me on Twitter at CryOutOlivia. I am always there talking about D&D and other RPGs and also just a lot of other nerd stuff. So come hang out.
You can find me on Twitter at Elliot C. Lewis. I'm an illustrator and graphic designer, doing a lot of tabletop RPG and other fan art. You can also support me on Patreon and Ko-fi. Links to both of those are in my Twitter profile.
You can find me at The Readamus on Instagram and Twitter, where I post jokes and lots of photos of nature, so come check it out.
And you cannot find me on social media, but what you can do is support our show by rating and reviewing it on whatever platform you're listening to it on. Please, please, please do so.
Indeed, and finally, you can find me personally on Twitter and Instagram at MKGorgoni, where I'm always happy to talk about all things material components. But as always, the world is chaos, so please, be kind to each other. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.